everybody. And mute everyone. Beautiful. So go ahead and lay on your backs for me and just bring your knees into your chest. No need to put Balas on yet. If you want them on, you can. If not, you're just going to pull knees in and start to give yourself that nice little rock from side to side here for me. I have kind of like a long bicycle series, but we're going to break it up, but the bicycle series to start. So if you ever need to take a break, you can. Go ahead and bring your feet flat on your mat for me. And once those feet are flat on your mat, you're going to go ahead and bring left elbow to right knee only. So you're bringing that knee up towards tabletop, tapping toe back down. Exhale, lift, bring left elbow to that right knee, lower down with control. Nice and slow to start. Thinking about bringing both of those shoulder blades off of the mat as you lift up, tap, and twist towards that elbow. You've got 5 more here. Exhale, lift, twist. Final 4, and lift, using that breath. 3, big squeeze. In 2, you're gonna leave that elbow up towards that knee on this last one right here. Just up and hold for me. So find that isometric hold, take a big inhale. I'm bringing you ladies to the extra challenge fairly quickly, so you have the option to keep this knee down. Your first option is to just extend that leg out straight. You'll bring your hands, your head, neck, and shoulders center, and then you'll twist again. So this is that first option. The second option, which I know most of you are going to join me in, is to extend that opposite leg. So that left leg's in an isometric hold, your right leg bends in, and then it extends. You have 4, exhale, squeeze, good. 3, big squeeze right here. You have 2, we place that foot back down after this last one. Go back to center, both feet lower, lower head, neck, and shoulders. Give me 4 crunches to center. Exhale, lift, squeeze, inhale, lower. We reset, we get ready to do that opposite side. So you're gonna start bringing that right elbow towards that left knee. You'll bring that right elbow to left knee, and that left leg comes to tabletop. Exhale, lift, squeeze, tap. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, squeeze, tap. Inhale, lower down. If you already have your Balas on and it's going into your hip flexors, just leave the opposite foot down. You have 3, and lower. We're gonna leave that right elbow towards that left knee. You slow down if you need to at any point in time. Exhale, lift, squeeze up, hold right here. You have 8 seconds. Take a big inhale, point through that toe, bring that elbow to that knee. Remember, you have the option of keeping that right foot down as you extend that left leg, come through center, twist again. Our extra challenge, ladies, is to go ahead and hover that right foot. So when you come through center, extend, and the knee comes to elbow. Exhale, lift, squeeze, and then twist that elbow towards that knee. Give me 2 more right here. 2 more. You come back down through center. Both feet are flat. Go back into your crunches after that last one. Both feet are down. Go into your crunches. Can you lift your toes up and drive through your heels for me? So you'll walk your feet an inch or 2 away from you, and I want heels to come down, toes to come up. Exhale, lift, squeeze, elbows stay wide. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower down for me. 10 seconds right here. You're doing great. You have 9, good, and 8. We're going to start alternating elbow to opposite knee, lifting leg to tabletop in 3, lower for 2. Now just exhale. You'll bring left elbow towards right knee. You'll lower all the way down. You'll bring right elbow towards that left knee. It's slow and controlled. I want you to find the twist. Focus on trying to lift a little bit higher as opposed to just bringing that knee all the way in. You're going to hold those legs at tabletop, lower head, neck, and shoulders in 5. We're getting ready to go into bicycles. You'll have a little break in 4. Keep twisting for 3. Both feet stay flat in 2. Now float legs to tabletop for me. Go right into your bicycles. Twist right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right knee. I know you're getting fatigued right here. Bear with me. Take your time. If you need to stop through center, you stop through center. If not, you have 15 seconds left in these bicycles. You have 1 more change and you're out of that first set of first series for your core. Keep fighting for those bicycles. 5 seconds right here. Head, neck, and shoulders lower. Legs go to tabletop in 3. In 2, bring your legs to tabletop for me. Lower head, neck, and shoulders just for a moment. Now can you reach those hands up towards the ceiling? Exhale. You're going to reach, tap those ankles, and then you're going to extend arms and legs out long into that hollow body hold. You'll bring those hands right back in, tap ankles. The modification here is to grab your shins, come into that tight little ball, take a moment, which is fine, and then find that full extension pointing through your toes, tucking tailbone under, pulling lower back into that mat. We have 10 seconds and you get a break. You're doing great. 9 and 8, fight for it right here. 7, full extension. 6, hard series to kick it off. 5, knees come into your chest, you rest. In 4, in 3, good. In 2, first rest right here. Bring knees into your chest, take the big inhale. Find that rock from side to side. However you want to get there, you're going to rock or roll yourself up. I need you to find the forearm plank. We're getting ready to stand right from the start. You have a minute plank, no movement for me. I want you to get into it in 3, get into it in 2. Now just hold for me. Take a big inhale, set the intention for class today. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, you're zipping from those ankles up towards that seat. And then what I want you to think about is that tuck of your tailbone under. You're pressing into those forearms. This is all about setting that intention and finding that contraction, that really nice deliberate squeeze. You're halfway there. Taking that breath and feeling shoulders melt away from those ears. And as you're breathing, not clenching that jaw, you're looking right to the edge of that mat. In 15 seconds, we're going to open up those feet. We're going to walk to those hands and we're going to find the downward dog. If you need to take a child's pose and meet us there at your own pace, you can. Now go ahead and open up those feet, ladies, and then walk up to your hands right here for 5, for 4, downward dog, and 3, 2, hips lift up towards that ceiling, and we start to slowly pedal out those knees. Taking your time, bending through that right knee and pressing through that left. And then you'll bend through that right, bend through that left, pressing through that right. Opposite ones, you know the drill. Walk your hands to your feet, feet to your hands, and we're gonna slowly start to roll ourselves up to the top. I'm going to yell out some modifications as we get into this series. Stay in the extra challenge as long as you can. Go ahead from here and bring in if you want to put those Balas on for the extra challenge, you'll put those Balas on. Know that you do have some second position work. So if you don't want it on for those heels lifted, leave them off. Nothing in those hands. We're going to open into our first second position series. We're going to build on it. So think traditional into a little bit of circuit work. We'll go nice and slow. Heels are going to be turned in, toes are going to be turned out. It's that 3 count down, but a 2 count up. From here, hands can either go to prayer or they can go onto your hips. You're going to come down, 2, 3, lift with control for 2. It's down, 2, 3, lift with control on 2. You go at your own pace. I want you to go down nice and slow. Your first change right here is just about how you figure out your form. You're pressing through those heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Open up a little wider for your feet. For me, think really nice, wide second if it feels okay. As you come down with control and lift all the way back up, give yourself a big squeeze in those glutes, and then feel that belly button pulling all the way in towards that spine. You still have 20 seconds here, so it's nice and controlled. As you're shifting that weight down, you're coming down that imaginary wall for me. You're really thinking, can I press my knees out any further? We're going to hold at the bottom in 10 seconds. So you're going to be able to come down one more time, lift up one more time. When you come back down, I need everyone to stay down there right here in 3, in 2. Now freeze for me at the bottom. Hold right there. Now start bringing that tailbone down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Bring that tailbone down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Make this really deliberate here. You're driving through those heels. Toes should be able to wiggle. Think about how deliberate that movement of just dropping that tailbone down 1 inch and up 1 inch is right here. You have 8 seconds for me. 7, good. 6 and a hold. The hold will be fun. 5, you're going to want to stand. Don't do it. 4 and 3, hold in 2. Now just freeze at the bottom for me. Freeze at the bottom. Take a big inhale right here. And as you exhale, I want you to lift that right heel up for me. Then you lower it down. You lift that left heel up and you lower it down. I am going to let you stand in that next change. So I want you to try to fight to stay low with those heel raises right here. Remember, it's just one at a time. It's nice and deliberate. Shoulders keep melting away from your ears. You have 8 and 7, good. And 6, it's a 2 count up, 2 count down. If you need to go slower, you go slower. And 4 and 3, beautiful. 2 on 1, both heels stay lower. I want you to lift with control on that 2 count, lower down with control on that 2 count. If you need to go slower, you go slower. I don't want you rushing through these. I want you to feel every bit of where you're squeezing. You're pressing through your heels. Tailbone has that slight tuck as you come down that imaginary wall. I want you to think about inner thighs here and then corner pockets of your booty. 10 seconds, we stay down low one more time. You're more than halfway through this series. 5 seconds and you stay low. Make sure you stand one more time. In 4, in 3, good. In 2, now come all the way down nice and low and hold for me. All the way down nice and low. Perfect. Now is when you're thinking about both heels lift, both heels lower. If it's too much, you have one at a time or you stay in your isometric hold. You can even fight for the hover, but I want you to lift those heels and lower those heels. Feel your inner thighs firing up. 5 seconds right here. 4, good. 3, perfect. 2, on 1, can you hold those heels up? Hold those heels up nice and high. Breathe. Press your palms together for me. Now we pulse. You're in the extra challenge. If you need to lower heels, you lower your heels down. If not, I'm just giving you that extra option to keep heels lifted. 6 more counts right here. 5, are you getting ready to finish? 4, fight for it. 3, lower those heels in 2, lower those heels in 1 for me. Hands are going to raise up overhead for that extra challenge. You're out of this in less than 20 seconds. It's a long last hold. I want you to find the shakes. Can you use your breath? Don't clench your jaw. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, you wrap that belly, you contract, pulling belly button towards spine. 10 seconds. If you want that extra challenge, the heels have to come so high. Right heel can lift, left heel can lift, but you have to sink down 1 more centimeter. You're out in 5. Breathe. 4, stand up in 3. In 2, go ahead, stand all the way up. You're going to bring those feet in. It's slow and controlled. You go right into your alternating curtsy lunge, big lift squeeze at the top. We curtsy at the bottom, and then we stand squeeze. We curtsy, and then we stand squeeze. My friends who want to advance it, you're going to speed this up. As you take your time right here, I want you to focus on your breath. You go as slow as you need. If you want to advance it, you're just picking up that pace a hair. As you come down, I want you to think about your knee going right behind that say wrist, that would be interesting. Knee right behind that ankle, and then you stand and you squeeze those glutes for me. We're going to add on to this in a second. We're going to stay on that right side. So you're going to keep that right foot forward, left leg back for me in 10 seconds. So finish it out. We'll have 3 changes on each side in that curtsy. You have 4, good. And 3, can you bring that left knee behind that right ankle? And 2, hold for me at the bottom of that curtsy on 1, just hold. Let's reset. Press palms together. Feel those shoulders melting away from your ears. You hold right here for me. You're in that first hold. Can you start to pulse down an inch and up an inch? Pulse down an inch and up an inch. Yes, you can pulse down an inch and up an inch. As you're pulsing right here, you're about to come into your hold. When you're pulsing, it's so deliberate. You're not bouncing. You're thinking about how strong you are in those inner thighs. You're pressing palms together. In 5 seconds, we hold. In 4 seconds, good. 3, perfect. 2, hold on 1 for me. Just hold right here. You're going to be able to stand in a second. Can you pull belly button in? It's okay to have a hint of a hinge right here. You're going to lift up the top to stand, and you're going to give me a left side leg lift. I'll talk you through it. In 5, good. In 4, in 3, you stand. In 2, you come up to the top side of that left leg lifts, and then you come right back into your curtsy. It's relatively quick. If you need to take your time here, you slow down. Hands can stay into prayer the entire time. All you're doing, left side curtsy, you stand at the top, and then you point through that toe and you lift that leg. Full 20 seconds final change before we go into that other side. Both legs are working here. Traditional meets a hint of circuit. You have 10 seconds. I want you to be really thoughtful of that leg lift at the top, sinking into that standing thigh. Yep, you've got to give me that nice little lift at the top. In 3, you hold. 2, on 1, reset for me. Take a big inhale. Give me a roll of those shoulders before we go back into that right side. Right leg, knee, right leg, knee, right knee behind that left ankle. We hold, and then you start to pulse. All we've done is switch sides. Pull belly button in right here. You're pulsing. Your shoulders are melting away from your ears. I need you to fire up those thighs, those glutes. Drive through that ankle. We're holding in 5. Nice, core. Go 4 and 3. Nice. 2. Freeze on 1. Freeze on 1. Press your palms together. I guess I should say Courtney and Court. I'll have to give you guys nicknames so it doesn't sound like I have favoritism. Maybe I do. 10 seconds right here. 9 and 8. Breathe. Can you use your breath for me? I swear it'll help those muscles. In 5, we add on. In 4, in 3, full range with the leg lift. In 2, so we stand at the top. You reset. You give me that leg lift, and then you go into that curtsy right back up. into that side leg lift. You should feel that fire burn fairly quickly down the side of that leg. Breathe for me here. Reset. Give me that leg lift. I know you can give me an inch higher. You have it. 8 and 7. Good. 6. Yes. Beautiful. I didn't realize you had your balance on. 5 and 4. Final 3. Holding at the top in 2. On 1, you meet me at back of the top. Final change. Open back into your second position and hold at the bottom. Come right down to the bottom. Then we'll be out of those inner thighs for a second. Take a big inhale. I need you to find the shakes, but I also need you to find your posture. So pretend like your back is against the wall, shoulders melt away from your ears. You're pressing your palms together. Beautiful. I don't need those heels to lift. I almost want you to just drive through your heels like toes are going to wiggle, but I want you to fight. Here's what you think about: pressing your knees back an inch. Think about pressing and opening knees, feeling inner thighs. Really fire up right here. You're out in 5. We all take a sip of water in 4 and 3. Good. And 2, you're out of that series. Go ahead and stand all the way up. Beautiful. Take the sip of water, get those legs a nice little punch, a little bit of inner thigh, a little bit of outer thigh right there. You are going to grab those weights for me. Balas can stay on those feet if you want to, but we're not going to touch those legs for a second. We're going to let them regroup. We're going to grab weights. We bring them into our hands here. We take a big inhale, soften the bend in your knees. It's just a slow bicep curl to start. Really slow, really controlled, narrow curl. I want you to think about pretending like you're pressing through mud and through water right here. I know it's easy, but can you squeeze tricep and then bring it into your bicep for me? We squeeze and then we press, release. Squeeze and then we press, release. As you're in this bicep curl, you're starting to set that intention for your arms right here. I want you to give me about 10 more seconds. Soften the bend in your knees. Still contract through that core. Core is still working here. 5. Good. 4. We've got 3 and 2. Now meet me at that 90. All you're going to do is turn your palms towards the floor and back towards the ceiling. Palms towards the floor, back towards the ceiling. It's okay right here as those weights. If you can only go facing each other and then ceiling, that's fine. But try to press those weights using that mobility. You have 10, soften the bend in your knees. 9 and 8, good. 7 and 6, you've got 5 and 4, hold at 93 and 2, you're going to release all the way down. You come up into your curl, you turn your palms towards me, and then you release. Palms go back up towards the ceiling, palms turn towards me, they come back down. It's a light weight, so you have to really think about where you're squeezing in your triceps, in your biceps as you bring those arms up, and then you bring them back down. 10 seconds right here. 9, good. 8, there's no swinging. It's so deliberate. 7, beautiful. 6, you have it. 5 and 4, final 3 and 2. On 1, meet me back at that 90. Meet me back at that 90. Now open up into that V, wider curl right here. We're still in those curls. You're still trying to build on that movement in your triceps and your biceps. Instead of a narrow curl, you're now in that wide V. I need you to keep moving here. You're thinking it's a little bit faster than you normally would go because it's such a light weight, and you're thinking about the bend in your knees. No one's locked out here. 10 and 9, good. 8 and 7, you have 6 right here. 5 and 4, bring those arms back to 90 at 3 and 2. Last one, arms come back to 90. Now walk them off your rib cage hold. Lock them off your rib cage hold. I just want you to squeeze the weight and release it. Squeeze the weight and release it. Feel the squeeze and that hint of a release. Shoulders will start to get warm here. Biceps will start to talk to you. You have 8 and 7. Squeeze, release right here for 5, 4, perfect. 3 and 2. Hold on 1. Start to circle towards the midline. Start to circle towards the midline with control. Now you're squeezing that weight. You're squeezing that bicep. 10 and 9. Keep squeezing. 8 and 7, you've got it. 6 and 5, you circle for 4, reverse in 3, reverse in 2, change direction with that circle. Keep circling, make it controlled. Check in with your shoulders. Is your core still involved? Are your knees bent, or have you started to lock them out? You've got it. 8 and 7 right here. 6, we start to go up 1 inch and down 1 inch, and 4 and 3, final 2, we come down 1 inch and up 1 inch. It's down and up 1 inch. It's down an inch and up 1 inch. Good. 8 and 7, keep going, 6 and 5. We have tiny pulses in 4, in 3, good, 2 on 1, little bend and press, bend, press right here, fire it up, go 10 and 9, you have it, 8 and a hold, 7, perfect, 6 and 5, you've got 4 and 3, final 2, hold right here, left arm doesn't move, right side has that high curl, you're in your final 2 changes right here. I need you to isometric hold, squeeze that left arm, and then give me that high curl on that right for 5, 4, perfect, 3, switch arms in 2, right arm is static, left arm moves now for 10, 9, 8, 7, they go together, finish it strong right here in 5 and 4, both together, 3 and 2 on 1 right here. It's in and out for me. It's in and out. As you exhale, can you think about pressing and really squeezing that core as you squeeze those weights? It's 8 and 7, arms come down for me in 6 and 5, hold on for 4 and 3, last 2 on 1, bring those arms down for me right here. You're going to go into that slow deadlift. You have 3 counts down. You have the option of standing up on a 1 count, or you have the option of coming up nice and slow. Don't get dizzy here. Think about the controlled deadlift, and then we squeeze to the top. We're getting ready to come down to the mat. Weights are going to come down and you're going to step back. I'll talk you through it. It's a plank to start. I'll give you a rest and then you can move your computers. I'd like you to just flow right into it if you can. 10 seconds left right here. You've got it. 9 and 8. The deadlift is slow and controlled as you reach. Think about that hinge of the hips. You're shooting that butt back. Chest comes down to the mat. In 4, in 3, go ahead and let those knees bend a little. Set your weights down. Step back into your plank. You can set weights down and bring yourself into that high hand plank. In 2, in 1, you've got a high hand plank, big inhale. My friends who have any wrist injuries, if you need to come to your forearms, you can, but we're going into shoulder taps. So if you can stay on those hands, stay on those hands. You're in those shoulder taps for me. Nice and controlled, good. You could open up those feet wider if you need to. Hold right here. Beautiful. 5, good. 4 and 3, last 2, walk down to your forearms on 1. We're going into that step out or that plank jack. So you have the option to step out, in. You have the option to jump if you want to. It's 15 seconds. You're in that change, plank jack or the step outs. You have 10 seconds to go right here. 9 and 8. Think about your back. Think about your chest being still proud, even though you're jumping here. 5 and 4. We hold in 3. We hold in 2. Everybody freezes final 30 seconds right here. You've got that nice 1-minute plank. It should feel good. I want you to breathe for me. You're going to find a child's pose. We'll take a sip of water. We stay on that mat. Take a big inhale. Zip inner thighs up just like you started class. And as you breathe, the shoulders melt away from you. You have 10 and 9. We're taking a break. Can you squeeze any tighter? Can you tuck your hips under? 5, 4, 3, and 2, 1. Rest. Take a big inhale. Find your child's pose. Open knees up nice and wide. You also have the option to take a sip of water. And then we're going to set ourselves up for that next leg series. We stay on the mat for it. We're going to kind of go back from hands and forearms here. Option to put your Balas on for that extra challenge for me. If you don't want to use weights, you do not have to use weights. Take a big inhale here. You're going to come into that all 4 position for me. We'll drop belly button down. We'll press through, and then we'll find that neutral spine right here. You're going to start on those hands for me. Take a big inhale, shift the weight into your left leg. Your right leg is what is going to move first for me here. So all I want you to do is you're going to go into that donkey kick and then that press back. We've done these before. I'm just warming you up. So it's that donkey kick, and then it's that full press back. As you press back, I want you to think, your heel is flexed, so your heel is going to the back of the room. Your toe does not point in this first part of this series. It's that nice donkey kick into that kickback. So you're keeping that knee at 90. You bring that knee back in, and then you fully extend that leg for me. Good. You have 10 seconds here. Big movements to get things started. 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. Your left forearm is what's going to come down. Right side stays open. We get ready to go into that clamshell in 5, in 4. Good. In 3, 2. Bring that knee back down. Left arm comes parallel to the top of that mat. Your right hand stays lifted. Flex through that right foot, stay flexed. You're gonna open that leg up into a clamshell and then you'll close it. So we're just adding on. So you started with that donkey kick and that kickback. Now we're in that clamshell. 3 big movements right here. You've got it. As you open and close right here, you have to stay lifted in that core. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We'll stay in those pulses in 5. We'll stay all the way up in 4. In 3, good. 2, now lift that leg up, little pulse, up an inch and down an inch. Think less about how high you can go here, more about squeezing and releasing. Use that corner pocket of your seat. Let your outer thigh start to really fire up. 8 seconds right here. 7. Good. 6. Keep breathing. 5 and 4. I need you to hold it up in 3. I need you to hold it here in 2. Now freeze for me. You're going to extend that leg. It's going to kick out at the angle. You pull it back in. It's like that hamstring curl. It's just at an angle. You should be on fire here. 10 and 9. Good. 8 and 7. Hold it out in 6. Hold it out in 5. You can do this. 4 and 3. Final 2. On 1, you're going to hold that leg out for 5. Hold it out for 4. We're going to put 2 movements together in 3. In 2, bend that leg. You come down in that clamshell. You lift, you kick, you pull it back in. It's clamshell. Lift, extend that leg, bend that knee, drop that knee back down. Your stabilizing leg should also be on fire here. I need you to fully extend that leg, feel that quad. So we go clamshell, extend and squeeze, back in and release. Exhale, clamshell, extend that leg. You bend that knee, release. Can you give me 2 more right here? Give me 2 more. Yes, you can. As you extend, you squeeze that quad. You give me length behind that leg. 1 more, you bring that knee back down. Once that knee comes back down, both forearms come down to the mat for me. Both forearms come down to the mat. You're going to walk your right foot back, left foot back. You're back in your forearm plank. You're going to take a big inhale. You're just resetting right here while you're nice and warm. Tuck that tailbone under. Breathe for me. No movements. It's only 30 seconds to reset. You're going right into that other side. You really want to switch. So I'm watching that other side. You can, but I can see you. So if you want to stay the way you are, you can. 10 seconds right here. In 9-second, knees come down. You come right back up to your hands. If you need a cat-cow stretch, you take it quickly. I'm just flowing you right into that other side. In 5, in 4, knees come down. In 3, walk up to your hands. In 2, find that all 4 position right here. Find that all 4 reset. Take a big inhale. You can drop belly button down for that quick cat-cow. We go into that left leg. I need you to focus on the squeeze, same amount of love. You're going to give me 1 of those donkey kicks, and then you're going to give me a kickback. I want you to think in the donkey kick, your heel has to stay towards your seat as you squeeze up. It's almost like you're holding a weight, holding a ball. There's something behind that knee that you want to hold on to, and then you get to release it, kick all the way back. You're finding length behind that knee in that second movement, squeezing through your quad. It's 2 big movements on purpose. I really want you to fire up hamstring, center, booty. 10 seconds right here. You've got it in 9 and 8. Keep squeezing. 7. You get to bring that right forearm down. It comes towards that left elbow, and then we keep that left hand high. In 5, in 4, don't give up on this. 3, beautiful. 2, on 1, keep that knee down. Now walk that right forearm down. Keep that left hand high. You're going to open up a little. It's fine. Give me those clamshells on that left side. You're on your dominant side, stabilizing right now. I know you feel like the non-dominant side is moving, but that right leg is going to help you. What I want you to think about is keeping your foot flexed as you lift up. Think about where the squeeze is coming from. Don't let that leg just fall. Really take it nice and slow. Like there's a band on that leg and you don't want it to just be pulled back in. You're going to stay at the top of your range to pulse, but think about it as a squeeze and a release. So it doesn't matter how high it goes. It matters where you're squeezing. In 3, in 2, let's stay in that high lifted clamshell. Just squeeze up an inch and down an inch. Belly button still stays pulled in. I know this is where I'm starting to make you fight for those hips. You have 5 seconds right here. 4, you're going to hold it. I know we've got that kick out. In 3, you have it. In 2, on 1, you kick that leg all the way out. You bend that knee back in. Think about it as that high hamstring curl. You're just at the angle now. So you're going to feel all that love happening in that stabilizing leg and then that outer thigh corner pocket of the leg that's moving. Should we hold it out in 3, hold it out in 2? Now lift it and hold it out. Here's the challenge spot for a lot of you. Can you bring that foot any closer towards your head? Hold for 5, hold for 4, put it together in 3, in 2, bend that knee in, lower in that clamshell, lift in that clamshell, full extension. The extension's probably the tricky part for some of you. Keep those hips nice and strong and stable. It's 10 seconds right here. I know that you have this. Give me 8, bend 7, lower 6, keep going, 5 and 4. Let's get through it one more round. In 3, big lift, 2, full extension. On 1, you bring that leg back in for me, and then you go right into your forearm plank. Find that forearm plank, find that forearm plank. You have it. Take a big inhale here. On the exhale, as you pull belly button in and you tuck your tailbone under, you have the option to stay here with legs zipped together. You have the option to go back to that out, out, in for the final 20 seconds before I give you that rest. I know shoulders are talking to you. In, out, in, fight out, in, go 10 and 9, it's 8 and 7, option to jump if you want it, 6 and 5, child's pose right here in 4, good, 3, final 2 and 1, you rest. Press back, legs should be awake, take a big inhale. I'm moving you quickly. You take as long as you need right here. You're going to bring that I'm going to bring you to your forearms, your hands as we go into triceps in that all 4 position. If you need to just be bent over or if you need to stand, you can. Right arm is going to take that weight. You're going to press through that left. I need you to bring that right arm up and I need you to just go right into your kickbacks on that right side. Quick transition as we go into those triceps. We've already touched those biceps. Your shoulders are getting warm in those planks. And now I need your triceps to get a little bit more love. Take your time here. And I want you to think about your legs are fatigued. Your abs are talking to you. When you kick back, and if you need to come off of that wrist, just press that left hand into that left quad. It's completely fine to do that. If not, you're pressing through that left hand, but I need a big squeeze at the top. Can you start giving me a 2 count hold at the top? Hold 1, 2, bend and extend. Good. Hold 1, 2, bend and extend. So it's like it's slow to come in. Exhale, squeeze at the top. You've got to bend and press on deck. No pulse. Think bend and extend. Hold it up there. In 3, hold it up there. In 2, pinkies towards the ceiling. Bend, extend. Bend and extend. Think about how high that elbow is. And as you bend and extend right here, it's that tiny bend, but that really big press. I want you to squeeze your tricep as tight as you can. You have 10 seconds here. We go into that hold in 9, in 8, good. In 7, you have it. 6, in 5, hold in 4, good. 3 and 2, now freeze for me. Freeze right at the top. Take a big inhale. Can you turn your palm back towards the ceiling? Palm towards the midline. Palm goes towards the ceiling. Palm goes towards the midline. So it's an isometric hold with that really nice rotation. You have 8 seconds. Both hands are coming down and you're going to give me those forearm taps in 5, forearm taps in 4. You have it. 3 and 2, drop that weight down. Find that all 4 position. Forearms tap the mat. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Forearms tap the mat. Exhale, lift, squeeze. You keep fighting for it right here. As those forearms tap, I'm talking you through it quickly. You take your time. Butt doesn't move. Your forehead comes down right between those hands. And then it's as if you're going to tap that mat with your head and then you press right back up to the top. You have 8 seconds right here. We bring that weight into that left hand in 7, in 6. Nice. It looks really good, ladies. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 on 1. You'll come back to that all 4. Weight goes into your left hand. We start with that really strong kickback. You single out that kickback. You don't have that hold yet. Elbow stays high, but I want you to fatigue your triceps. We're not in them really long. You have less than a minute in them, so I need you to fight for it. To engage your core and your legs, if you're not in that all 4, you're pressing that right hand firmly into that thigh. 8 seconds right here, 7 and 6. Can you start adding that 2 count hold at the top right here? Hold 2 and 1, release it in. Exhale, press, hold 1, 2, Release it in. Good. Exhale, press. That big squeeze at the top is what I care about. 10 seconds right here. So as you squeeze and hold, you're also contracting through that core. Just 5 seconds, you're going to be fine. You're going to your bend and press in 3, 2, 1, little bend, extend. Little bend and extend. I want your pinky facing up. I want your hand towards the midline, and I just want you squeezing that tricep. Squeeze it as tight as you can for me. You have this. In 8 seconds, you're just turning palm towards that ceiling, palm towards the midline. It's an isometric hold with a little bit of a twist in mobility. In 3, in 2, you turn palms towards the ceiling, palms towards the midline. If you want full rotation, palm can go towards the floor, palm can go towards the ceiling. Most of you have that range. So go ahead and just make sure you're squeezing and then that arm stays up nice and high. You're going to bring that weight down in 4. You're setting yourself up. It's a tricep push-up. Most of you are going to have to give me a release at the bottom. If the tricep push-up isn't there for you today, go into your forearm caps instead of up and down. Trust yourself here. Now I want you to come down nice and slow. Those elbows are going to come right past your rib cage, and then you're going to press up right into the tricep push-up. I know you're going to rest in a second. It's me. It's like, I hate them. I hate them too. We can all hate them together. I want you to let yourself release at the bottom if you can't get down low enough, and then you press back up. I do my tricep push-ups with a hand release because I am just not strong enough to get to that low spot. So do not worry if you have to hand release. This is your only push-up today, and you have 12 seconds left in it. I won't make you do another one. Court, those look freaking great. So good, so strong. Shoulders look perfect. Everyone tuck tailbone under. Use those abs. You're out of these in 4. Child's pose in 3. Triceps are done in 2 and 1. Press all the way back. Triceps are done. Take a big inhale. You're almost done. 2 minutes to go. I could keep you guys for an hour today. We're just flowing through it. Go ahead on your backs. For me, my friends who have their bands, we're going into a bridge series. You want a heavy weight. It's 2 minutes basically. I'm bringing you right through till the end. So find that nice position on your back. I want you to be prepared. You do have some leg lifts. If you put a band on or a heavy weight and you can't give me the leg lifts, I'll give you a modification. Everyone take a big inhale here for me. On the exhale, I need you to open those feet up, and I want you to drive through your heels, lift those toes, go into that high bridge hold. High bridge hold when you're there, high bridge hold. I love how everyone ran for those bands as quickly as they could. You're in a high bridge. Here's how we challenge ourselves. We bring the weight into our heels more than you want to. You lift those toes up, I need toes pointed toward the 11 and 1. You're just pulsing at the top for me. Pulse at the top. Pulse at the top. Yes. Squeeze and squeeze. Think to yourself right here. If you're pressing into the mat to engage triceps a little more, it's great. If you want the extra challenge, go ahead and reach those hands up towards the ceiling, protect lower back. All you're doing right here is driving through your heels. Hamstrings should be on fire. You're just going to squeeze. Now start pressing your knees out an inch. You have a minute left. I'm going right through till we cut off because I want you guys to get this last little bit of love in those glutes. Stay at the top, just press knees out. Press knees out. Can you start pulsing up and pressing out? Pulsing up and pressing out. It's not a full range, just pulse up and press out. That band is hard. You got to fight for it. Pulse up, press out, pulse up, press out. You have this. We hold in 3, we hold in 2. Wherever you are, you freeze. You're going to bring left leg to tabletop, you set it back down. You're going to bring right leg to tabletop, you set it back down. Less than 20 seconds in this before we cut off. So I want you to fight through that bridge work. 8 seconds right here. 7. Squeeze your seat as tight as you can. 5 and 4. We hold in 3, you hold in 2. Here we go. We cut off in 10 seconds. I want everyone to find that bridge hold, bridge hold, bridge hold. Can you take a squeeze and tuck your tailbone under? We're out in 5. Love you, ladies. I'll see you Thursday. 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2 and 1. You rest. Really nice job.